A 3-day capacity building workshop on how to curb plastic waste in our environment has been organized in Bafoussam, Cameroon by FEDEV. Over 40 environmental media practitioners fine-tune strategies to roll back the rising rate of plastic waste environmental degradation in order to pave the way for a plastic pollution-free society.
The principal objective is to fight against plastic pollution. Plastic pollution is a crisis that is knocking at the doors of everyone, from the royal level to the city level to the national level to the global level. It's a problem that we are all living with it. We see the effects every day. We have floods because our water runoff ways are all blocked by plastics. Plastics don't rot. We don't have biodegradable plastics. Plastics last in the environment for more than 450 years. When you don't even see them, they are broken down into microplastics that find their ways into the human system. So it's so destructive to human life. It's destructive to the entire environment. It is destructive to our water bodies, destructive to flora and fauna. And we cannot do that without the contribution of the media. We need the engagement of the media to carry out public education, to carry out sensitization, so that people can change their mindset.
More than 400 million tons of plastics are produced daily in the world, and plastic waste have devastating effects on our environment and consequently hamper human life.
We have this habit of fufu corn. When we cook fufu corn, we just look for plastic papers. Those plastic papers are dangerous to our health because you put hot substance inside. Technicians and experts are telling us that when you put hot substance inside those plastics, they release some chemicals that are dangerous to our health. So we should try to tie our fufu corns in leaves. Oh, why not dish it like that? There is something that has become so popular now, the use of disposable diapers. All young girls now are going in for diapers because it is easy. They just put and through. Those diapers are so exposed. We don't know the hygienic quality of diapers. You buy some in the market, they just expose and sell anyhow. And those are plastics. They end up in the open. At first we have napkins made out of cloth. That one is very hygienic for the children because after you are going to steep it, you are sure of the quality. So we are calling on the government to try as much as possible to forbid the importation of those disposable diapers. We don't know where they are coming from. We don't know who is making them. We don't see them in any hygienic condition. And they expose our children to infections.
There are two things. If we don't fight to maintain a healthy environment, then the harm will in effect swallow all of us. Nature gives us the red light. It is raising the red flag. That's why we are having warming. That's why we are having pollution. That's why we are having health challenges that we need to change our stewardship.
Short and long-term solutions are expected to be implemented in order to reduce, if not put an end to the excessive use of plastic packaging, especially in our markets and households.
We can decide to use biodegradable in our daily use, biodegradable bags, and we keep away plastics, especially for women. We can decide that if the people who are producing biodegradable, they can bring it in huge quantities so that it's going to knock out plastic. To keep away plastic, we need alternatives. You should apply what we call the 3 R's. First, refuse plastic completely, and try to, at your own small level, to look for an alternative. What can I do to replace the plastic that I have? And then, if you cannot refuse, you reuse. So when you are going to the market, you should have one bag that you are going to the market and buy your things and you bring. Or those who have plastic mesh, plastic containers, you should always try to reuse it and keep it back so that it should not be found in the nature. Or recycle. There are so many alternatives of recycling plastic today. The councils, we encourage them to get into reuse and to recycle so that they will encourage the population to pick plastic and bring. If people know that you pick plastic 1 kilogram, you go to the council, you come back with 500 francs, 300 francs. People will pick plastics and sell. So we need to put some value on plastics. I'll take an example of glass bottles. You don't see bottles of beer anyhow because it has monetary value. When you pick a bottle, you will sell it. And when you go to buy beer, you don't have a bottle, they will not sell you beer. So they should be the same with water. When you want to buy water, they should oblige you to bring a bottle to buy water. By then, we'll see that the number of plastic bottles that we are having in the atmosphere that is causing a nuisance, causing floods, blocking water and causing mosquitoes is going to reduce. In some African countries, plantain fibers are already used to replace mesh which is plastic. So if we can implement that one in Cameroon, and we are calling on Ministry of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises to encourage local producers so that they can transform the bark of banana trees into fibers that we can color them and it becomes mesh. We'll not import plastic again. And also talking about plantain leaves. Plantain leaves are scarce in town and they are expensive because the market is slow. But if we stop and encourage any woman at your level, say, today I'll be tying my fish in plantain leaves, and you buy it from the people, and somebody knows that if I go to town with a bag of leaves, either plantain leaves or any leaf from the bush, I'll sell, we'll have it in large quantities, and then the price will reduce.
When plastics are disposed of carelessly, they either affect the fauna or flora, and it all bounces back on the human system, especially as they last for more than 450 years without degrading. Hence, we call upon each and everyone to play his role to ensure a healthy environment because it hasn't any spare parts. Once damaged, we will never have it back again.